think it's very important for me to maintain a healthy mind. My gran used to say, idle brains do the devil's work, which I think is a misquote about something about hands. Anyway, she lived through the war, and that must have been really hard. Anyway, the point still stands. Keep the mind going. With that in mind, I'm sure you could see why an indefinite period of government-mandated isolation would be a worrying prospect for me. I mean, yeah, furlough from work with 80% pay, thank you, but just keeping my mind running on empty, non-messy. So, the first few days, I was kind of praying, not praying, more like a sort of general meditation going around in my head. Saying, give me something to do, give me something, give me something. I guess I was kind of looking for inspiration, I suppose. And, well, someone answered. Someone listened. Answered with, a challenge, a hypothesis, a proposal. And that proposal is that I'm self-isolating with a ghost. Okay, I'll tell you what happened. It was the night of the third day. I was asleep, dreaming about I don't know what. Anyway, I gradually began to hear this noise in my room. It wasn't like a footsteps or shuffling or rustling. I just gradually became aware of a noise. I couldn't tell what it was. Anyway, I woke up, looked at my phone, 3:45 a.m. Great, that's my sleep pattern screwed. I just couldn't shake the feeling of something. You know when something's not quite right? I looked to the edge of my bed, and there was a shape, without a form. A figure, without a presence. I couldn't tell what it was. I couldn't see it. I couldn't see anything, but I could tell it was there, and I could tell it wanted me to know it was there. Last night, same thing. Woke up, strange sensation of someone else in the room. This wasn't just a one-off thing. There's something to it. I'm going to find out what it is. That's my project. Everyone else is, writing their screenplay or reading books from Christmas 2009, but I'm going to be observing and studying the supernatural. Keep the mind active. Visited again last night. It's always the same way. I'm asleep, dreaming, hear a noise, wake up. Always the same routine. Do you think they're purposefully keeping to a routine, or are they just stuck on a loop? The side effect of all this is that I can't find anyone to fill Joe's old room. No one's moving house, you see. Landlord says it's fine, that he won't charge me for the extra room because it's exceptional circumstances. That's good of him. Adversity bringing out the best in people, like everyone clapping for the NHS the other night. Does mean I'm on my own here though now. Or perhaps not. Big development. Just seen the ghost in the daytime. So I was coming upstairs with my breakfast when I realised that I saw something passing away down the landing. When I got to the top, I realised that I'd left my dirty washing that I definitely left in my room. So I put a load on right there and then. It must have been a sign. Tired today. Night visits are really messing with my sleep. This evening I found Joe's door open. I haven't touched that door in weeks, so I know who it was. Did remind me to check in with Joe's mum though. Been kind of putting it off, to be honest. I'll do it tonight. But I didn't call Joe's mum, and that was a mistake. The door kept me up all night, opening and closing all by its own. Very, very creepy. Just kind of annoying, really. Well, message received, message received. I'll call her now. Hope she's alright. Got my best night's sleep in a week, which is good. I'm not sure if it's not bothering me now or I'm just used to it. Anyway, I'm not complaining. Good night's sleep's key to a healthy mind. I need to explain something. Joe. Joe was my housemate and my best friend, but sadly, 2 months ago he passed away. And that's been... yeah, I mean... it's been fine. I mean, it's been really fine. But you can see how this, being here on my own could make it worse. And the obvious question is, is it Joe? But I don't think it is. I really don't. Not because I don't think it's something he'd do. I feel like this is very much in his nature, I'd say. But it just doesn't feel like him. But I can't explain that. It's an out there theory, but I'm wondering whether... did the ghost come in here because of the lockdown? I know it sounds insane, but you can't deny the timing is quite the coincidence. I mean, we're already contemplating the existence of the supernatural, so it's not that much of a push. What if this ghost was wandering down the street on Monday night, minding its own business, and what if it went past Quinn's Electrics next door with all the TVs in the shop window, and what if they were all showing Boris Johnson giving his speech and telling us all to stay indoors, and what if it saw it and thought, oh shit, what am I going to do? And what if it saw my house, my nice tidy house with its spare room, and thought, yeah, I'll go in there, weather the storm. I mean, that's what I'd do if I was a ghost. It's a long shot, obviously, but you do wonder, don't you? I think it's day 8. Really struggling to keep track of the days now, I'll be honest. Weirdest thing ever happened this evening. So finally managed to get hold of the boys. I haven't chatted to them in ages. We were doing a house party call, chatting away. And then suddenly this other person pops up, doesn't even have a username. None of us knows who it is, and the screen is just black, and there's all these weird noises coming from it, and at the very same time, get this, all the lights in all our rooms start flickering like mad. Oh, freaking out. And then the whole call just died. Tried to get it going again, but all the other lads were too freaked out. I think it's them, the ghost. And that's really pissed me off, because you can't just come in here, hijack someone else's house party call and scare all their friends off. Just not on. So now it started whispering in the walls. Yeah, that's new. Every time I try to record it, it just goes to static. Can't even hear what it's saying anyway. Waste of time, in my opinion, that. So might have been wrong about it not being Joe. Went into the kitchen and I saw my jar of Nutella just hovering about 6 feet over the air, just hanging there. And then it was like a spell had been broken or something because it just dropped. And I must have had ninja reflexes or something because I reached out and caught it. I mean, what are you doing dropping Nutella? It's like gold dust these days. Absolute madness. The thing I can't stop thinking about though is that was just one of his favourite foods. I mean, I know most people like it, but Joe, I mean, I honestly think Nutella was one of the most important things in that boy's life. Yeah, honestly. Can ghosts get coronavirus? No. Can they? Last couple of days, just the usual routine, whispering, night visits, a few objects going missing. Joe's door kept opening itself, so now I just leave it. I haven't heard from the lads, or Joe's mum, or my mum. Okay, so all hell has broken loose, quite literally. Basically, the ghost has opened up some sort of weird portal in the lounge, and now there's all sorts of madness going on. I tried to film it, but my phone just won't work whenever time I'm near it. Basically, I was woken up by this huge bang, and I go downstairs. I can hear all this weird noise coming from the lounge, And I open the door and it says, have you ever seen the poltergeist? You know, that haunted room with the weird shit flying around? Well, it's just like that. Managed to rescue the TV so I can still play Animal Crossing, but now there's all sorts of weird demons and spirits and phantoms flying around my living room. I'm just really pissed off about this, actually, because you can't just move into someone else's house without their permission, start making a nuisance of yourself, and then invite all your friends around to trash it. It's just not on, especially when we're supposed to be doing all the social distancing. I'm going to do something about this, actually, because they've crossed the line now, I'm telling you. Day 30. Is it 30? I can't remember. Anyway, so yeah, been pretty busy trying to solve all this portal stuff, and did some research online, and turns out that the only way to solve it now is to get an exorcist in. Yeah, I mean, like, I know I didn't want to do this either, but I think it's the only way now, so... Yeah, it turns out that the exorcists are really struggling at the moment. Their whole income has basically vanished because they can't go to other people's houses. It's a real shame. I mean, the whole self-employed community's got it rough. Yeah, I mean, like, I guess they got that government money coming, but that's not until June, and what are they supposed to do in the meantime? Anyway, got in contact with a guy who's doing all his exorcisms over Zoom, and he said he could definitely help, so yeah, got a session booked in for tomorrow. So yeah, see how it goes. I'll let you know. So I had the Zoom call with the exorcist today, Dr. Lucian Black. Got to be honest, bit of a weird guy, very morose. Anyway, not much happened to be honest, just had to take him or my laptop around the house, showing him all the rooms. He kept saying stuff like, oh, the forces are very strong in here, or I can sense the spirits. I thought, how? How can you sense that through a computer screen? Very dubious. Anyway, we couldn't even get near to the portal room, the lounge, because my laptop kept freezing up every time we got near it. But yeah, he just made me stand outside and whisper some incantations, and then he dangled his pendant in front of the webcam, and then he said, yeah, all sorted, should clear up in a couple of days. Fat chance of that, I think. Didn't believe him. Still paid him though. Oh, I felt bad for him, didn't I? So yeah, I think it's worked. Portal's disappeared and there have been no ghostly activities since last night, so I think it's done. I mean, it's interesting for a bit, but there's only a certain amount of time before you can see a door opening and closing before it gets old. So yeah. Do I feel bad? No. Not really. No, I think it needed to be done. I think it was for the best. I'm sure it'll be fine out there. I'm sure it'll survive. I mean, it's a ghost. So, like, having the house again to myself is really nice. Bit weird though. Can't get used to the silence. So I miss the ghost, I think. I've just got so much time to spend on my own thoughts. My mind is not occupied. I keep going over everything that happened. Okay, so I did something stupid. I tried to summon it using this ritual I found online, but it just summoned a poltergeist, and now it's been a nightmare to get rid of. I just miss him so much. I think it might be possible for people to become ghosts in their own lives. If you're out there, I'm sorry. The day bleeds into night, bleeds into day again. I've not been coping well. But just now I saw my mug slide across the desk on its own. I think it's back. I should call Joe's mum. And my mum. And the boys, if they're there. Oh. Sun's come out.